What's up? This is Dare to Bear. Thank you for tuning in. I know time holds great value. So I'm grateful that you're choosing to focus on your own growth and you're choosing to listen to this right now. It's summer here in Canada. Maybe you're listening to this while on a run or walking your dog. Maybe you're driving and the sun is setting. Maybe you're just doing the dishes. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and wherever you're going, thanks for choosing to press pause from the chaos of life and for being mindful of the content you are consuming in the quote-unquote age of information with a wild and, let's say, a very creative digital world. Anyways, I'm happy you're here, and just be here with an open mind and an open heart. Come home, Dare to Bear. Truth to self, tune out the noise. Hey, I'm your host, Daph, and this is Dare to Bear. I'm so happy to introduce you to my dear friend, Catherine Tessier, Chief Dog Officer for All The Dogs Clubhouse. The Clubhouse is a sanctuary destined for all the dogs to feel safe and loved. ATD strives to build long-term, trusting relationships. They want owners to feel like ATD can be their doggy's second home. So whether it's for your puppy's spa date, aka grooming, or for dog sitting, I promise your puppies are in caring and trusting hands. Located in Montreal at 1800 St. Catherine East, and on Instagram at ATD Clubhouse. Catherine is half of the pair behind All The Dogs. She and her partner Solo created this space from a place of genuine and mutual love for dogs, a flair for business and communications, and a drive and discipline to bring the vision to reality. Join me for an inspiring conversation about her entrepreneur journey, owning a business with a partner, finding balance, and share a few laughs along the way. Kat reminds us to shoot for the stars while valuing what we already have. By the way, I want to apologize in advance for the sound quality of this episode. We had a little issue with the mics, so it is iPhone quality. I'm so sorry, it is not up to my standard. It should be fixed in the next episode, and just bear with me. So with all of that being said, let's dive in the episode. Let's Dare to Bear.
So grounded.
Grounded?
Yeah.
I love that.
That's so nice.
Record. You ready? Thank you for doing this with me.
Thank you so much for having me and choosing me to be your first lady.
Of course. So welcome to Dare to Bear.
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited that you're here. So tell me, who is Kat and what does Kat do?
Oh, Kat is many things. But I'd say that I'm just a small town girl from the shoot with big dreams to do big things for those who can't advocate for themselves. And so with this dream, I took it upon myself to open this place. The first initial idea of opening up this place actually came from Maika herself. I was in Mexico for a couple of months 2 years ago, and on the first night that we got to this little village in Escalac, this little tripod started running towards us in the dark. We couldn't see what was going on, what it was, and it ended up being this little lady who is my miracle child, who we decided to adopt and bring back to Canada. And the reason why I opened up this place was, yes, to create a safe haven for dogs who already have homes and who are already cared for in the best way possible. We want to be their second home. But the big picture in this entire company, this business, this vision this project, my passion project, is to gain enough money from it to then go on and start sanctuaries in third world countries, in countries who need help, in countries who have a lot of stray dogs, and to kind of shed light and inform people how important it is to take care of animals, and to also create job opportunities for those people who otherwise wouldn't be able to make money on their own. So that's my big dream, and what I do right now, well, I take care of dogs all day.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. What is your why? What is the reason why you decided to pursue dogs, pursue this dream? What is pushing you to go past your limitations as yourself?
That's a good question. My why. My why is honestly just wanting to see a better life for dogs. I think that they deserve the world, that they bring us so much compassion and so much love, and they're always there for us. And I don't think that enough people advocate for them and that are there for them. So I think that that's why I'm doing this. I want to be a voice for them. I want to create a safe haven where it's many dogs that I can help can have a place to come to, whether that be to find them new homes or to just create a sanctuary where they can live there forever. That's why I'm doing this, and I want to shoot for the stars. I think that, as you should, I think that I can make it if I truly believe in it. I think that if you're passionate about something, that it'll bring you super far. So that's what I'm doing. I think that everyone should just do what they love. I think it's really important. I think that we're stuck in a world where we're always doing what we think other people want us to do, whether it's our friends, our family, society itself. And I don't think that enough people go after their passions, you know? And so that's also a reason why I'm doing it. I want to show people that because you love something, you can go forward in it, you know? And like, this place is completely based on love.
It shows.
I'm crying now. It's going to be an emotional episode.
It's okay, they're all going to be emotional, and I do have a grounding practice if the emotions arises, so don't worry about that. What has been your journey up until now?
Oh my goodness. It's been a beautiful journey. It's been a rough one, but it's been very beautiful. When I got this idea, I mean, I've always worked with dogs. I was manager at another daycare back in the day, and from there I kept all my clients, and I've been babysitting since. I always knew that I wanted something on my own that had to do with animals, that had to do with dogs, but I wasn't sure what it was. Once we adopted Maika, I said, what would be the best way that I can make money while doing what I love for dogs like her in the future? So my lovely partner, my beautiful boyfriend, who used to work in the retail pet industry, had also left his job that year where we went to Mexico and adopted Maika. He came back the next year. We didn't know what we wanted to do. He didn't know what he wanted to do. I was working for my parents. And we just, honestly, it came to us in Mexico where we're like, why don't we just open a place together, fuse our intelligence, fuse our connections, our knowledge about all of this, my hands-on with dogs and his knowledge in sales and all of that. So this dream actually became a reality when we were in Mexico, and we started brainstorming. We were deciding on our logo and what the name would be, and that was a very beautiful process. It was so nice to see it come together and come to life. And then we got back and we started the huge renovations on this beautiful place, which was actually the first place that we came to visit that I fell in love with.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. It used to be an old cafe, and I just loved the openness. And the thing that got me was if you guys have been here before, or if you guys come here.
When you come here,
yes. We have double doors. Security of the dogs is everything. So the double doors was very practical for me. And we completely tore this place apart and started building. And that's where the tough times came. It was not easy. We were supposed to be done in 6 months. it ended up taking almost a year, and lots of tears, lots of love, lots of sweat went into this place. If you and your partner are in business together, I commend you, because it takes a lot of willpower, and it takes a very strong couple to stay together throughout all of this, because we had our hard times, you know, we had our times where we were yelling at each other, where we weren't happy together, but that's all a part of the journey. And now looking back, it's just made us so much stronger. And like, I couldn't imagine doing it with anyone but him. Solomon, by the way, is my boyfriend's name, aka Solo. But yeah, no, it's brought in such a new connection to both of us, and we know that we can go through anything together, you know.
I was just going to ask, how did your relationship grow, going from friends at first, and then to lovers, and to business partners, and anything in between?
I think being friends first was magical, because I think that's what made us so strong as a couple, because our friendship was always first. He's not just my friend, he's my best friend, he's my soulmate, he's my everything. And yes, love is one thing. It's very important to love your partner, to be in love with them, but friendship is also a huge key aspect of having a successful relationship, because you guys can kind of put each other, like yourselves in each other's shoes. And I think that going through all of this made us stronger, and also showed us that like we're both going through stuff, and we're both amazing, and we both have to accept each other's journeys, and to be there for each other, even if, like, let's say a lot of the time I'm overwhelmed, I feel like I'm taking care so much of the business, like head on and being there in person, and sometimes I get a little bit angry because I'm like, well, Solo, you're not really there. But then I take a step back and I'm like, but he's behind the scenes doing all of this, right? And like, he has just as much stress, maybe even more than I do. So I always try and take a step back and look at his point of view, and he does the same for me. And I think that's how we've grown and become better together, is that we can see each other's point of view.
Yeah, I definitely think that when we take a step back and stop pushing our narratives, our perspectives, and our emotions, we allow the other person space to share their own, and in doing so, they give you space also to open up. If you allow someone to open up, then they'll allow you and give that grace right back. And I've done this in the past a lot when I was younger, still young, but like younger, pushing my emotions and my stories because I wanted them to matter so much. But when I gave myself space to validate my emotions without needing anyone else's approval, and started to listen more to what they had to say and how they see things, then it gave them the will to do the same to me. And I think that's extremely important in any relationship, whether it's platonic, romantic, even with yourself. Like, sometimes you have to clock yourself. And
of course. Conversation with someone, and we're always waiting until they're done talking to try and talk about like our problems or our emotions ourselves. And then you look back on those conversations, you're like, well, I don't remember what the person said, because I am so full of all of the things that I want to say, right?
You're not present.
Exactly. You're not present in the moment. And so I think it's so important to just take a step back and to listen to those around us, and to give them the opportunity to say how they feel, and then to feel better about themselves after, because they were with someone who listened to them.
You don't even need to remember what you wanted to say when you're having a conversation, and you can really be present, and a better idea will come along, or a better question will come along, or a better insight will come along. Not forcing the conversation, just letting it flow naturally, and that's how you do remember what someone has said, or you do remember the feeling that you had.
That's how you intake it, right?
Exactly. Instead of overthinking it, you really get the true essence of what the other person is trying to say. And sometimes, like, no answer is a better answer, I think.
I couldn't agree more.
So, to segue, what has been a great challenge in building ATD?
A great challenge for me, I would say, would be finding a balance to everything. We've been open for 7 months. For those who know me, know that I'm a very social butterfly. I'm a social being. I love to be out. I love to be with my friends. I love to be a part of everything. And opening up a business your life changes. Your social battery goes down, your energy goes down, because you're giving everything to this project that you're working so hard towards. And so I think that my biggest challenge is just finding balance and also not getting too overwhelmed with things, because there's so many different steps and sequences to owning a business day by day, not just month by month or year by year, but just day by day. And I found myself that this is new for me. I was thrown into adulthood in the last year, and I've learned a lot, and I think I've matured a lot. But I also think that I need to find more balance for myself, for my family, for my friends. And so that's been a challenge for me, but it's something that I'm working towards. And I think I'm going to get there. It's all a learning process.
And if you don't, you don't. And you just try harder in the next life.
Exactly. I think I'll have many next lives where I can try harder. In this one, I'm doing the best that I can.
That's all that we can do, I think, is doing the best that we can, to the best of our capabilities, and stop chasing that perfection, which personally has been a challenge for me. Has it been something that you seen while building ATD?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a perfectionist in life, and everything needs to be to the T of how I envisioned it and how I created it in my mind. And not just when you're building a business, but when you buy a home, or when you're building a family, or when you start a new job, or anything really in life, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be the way you envisioned it, but that doesn't mean that it's not wonderful. It's just that perfection doesn't exist. And I think in our minds, we make it up to be, but it never turns out that way, and that's okay. I've heard something before. It says, you might not be where you thought you would be in life, but that doesn't mean that it's not where you're supposed to be. We create this image in our head that, okay, in 5 years from now, I want to be at this place and this place. And you get to 5 years down the road and you're not at that place, but that's okay. Just because you want to be there doesn't mean that you haven't accomplished other things to where you're at 5 years from now, right? So I just think it's all a part of the journey, and not, how do I say, not expecting something to be, but to just value what you have and how it's going to turn out.
Because you let go.
Yeah.
You let go. You let go of these expectations. You let go of this image that you've created in your head, and you create space to whatever
Is meant for you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I love that. What's your next milestone?
My next milestone, I would say, business-wise, would be to open up a new location. Not sure where yet. My idea was always to be like, I don't know if you guys know Milos. It's a restaurant in Montreal and in all of the big cities around the world. That's kind of what we want to do. We don't necessarily want to open up a location again in Montreal, but we're kind of looking towards bigger goals and bigger dreams in other places in the States, in Europe, wherever it may be. So I think that's my next milestone as a business. And in my personal life, I would say my next milestone is to find true inner peace with myself. I think I'm getting there slowly, but I think I still need to work towards.
What do you think that you have been doing that's been good to find that inner peace? And what do you think that needs to be worked on?
I mean, what I think that I've been doing good to find my inner peace would be to kind of take things slower and to kind of just take more time for myself, whether I have it or not. I think it's important that you take time for yourself, and having my routine, being able to do my self-care, that's very big for me, and that helps me find my inner peace. And things that I would say that aren't helping my inner peace, me find my inner peace, would be I let too much of the outside world, too much of things that I can't control, get the better of me. That, like, I let it get me overwhelmed. You know what I mean? When it's out of my control, and that's in everything, whether it's business, personal life, or whatever. I just need to kind of shoo it away and just be good to myself, you know? I can't control everything.
Yeah, exactly. I think that it's not necessarily about shooing it away, but just sit with it. Sit with it, and it's so hard, but look at it and embrace it. Embrace it and give love to it, and because the more that you push it down and shoot it away, the later in life it will come back up, and you will be in this situation that has nothing to do with how you're actually feeling in the moment, but it will rise back up. So if you shoo it away, you're just blocking energy flowing through you. Whereas if you actually sit with it and let it go and not store it within you, and we're so good at doing that, that's when you truly come to acceptance of the good, the bad, the neutral, and nothing is good, nothing is bad. Everything is actually neutral.
Yeah,
Perception of it.
The way you perceive it,
Exactly.
the way you look at it.
And the way that you look at it can be, we're so hard on ourselves, so we're going to be looking at it in a negative way, but the way someone else looks at it could actually admire you for it or see it completely differently, and it's just this game that we keep on playing and put ourselves out of our comfort zone. I like to see life as we're just consciousness witnessing everything. I listened to that concept from Michael Singer. He is so funny. He is this like old man just talking about energy on his podcast, and he makes it so simple stupid that you even look at yourself and you're like, wow, I'm storing shit. I'm getting angry at the driver in front of me, or I'm getting angry at things that the driver in front of you does not even hear you.
You're getting yourself upset.
Exactly.
And he has no idea, right?
Exactly. He's in his
He's
little
peaceful.
world. He's probably karaokeing in his car, having the time of his life, and you're angry in the back, being upset about it for what? Because you had a bad day? Because your business meeting didn't go as planned? Because your friend upset you? Because you let disappointment? You let these emotions control us, and it's all about taking back that power and being the master of our consciousness and just witnessing everything. And that's been so hard for me. It's something that I've been working on.
It's been very hard for me.
I think if we're more honest about our hardships, it's like how we can actually connect more with ourselves, and we'll never be perfect. We are beings of light. The yogis get angry too, and the yogis feel their emotions too, but you just don't let them control themselves. They're like, oh, I feel triggered, I feel anger. They listen to their body and they just let it go. Let it go, let it go.
I think we should learn from the yogis.
So definitely. They had some wisdom, all right. thousands of years, and we're just catching up. The Western world is just catching up now with their knowledge, and I think it's beautiful. I think it's wonderful that there is a way to communicate it to the Western world, but it's nothing new.
No, it's not. It's just new to us because we don't practice it, right?
Exactly, and it's new to us in this lifetime. We're just here to remember this knowledge, remember who we are.
Namaste. She says, embrace it and just let it go.
Embrace it and let it go. Let it go, let it flow, and let go of control. We made many emphasis on many mistakes, and they all led me here. Like my life fell apart, and I needed that to happen.
Absolutely.
To be here today and to have the confidence to show up today and be seen and to express myself. And that brings me to another segment of, to me, ever since I've known you, you've always been so comfortable expressing yourself. Have you always been like that as a child, as a teenager?
Expressing myself in not expressing my emotions. No, I have not always been comfortable with that. It's something that I still work on. I have a hard time. I'm a very solitary person when it comes to my emotions and how I'm feeling and what I'm going through, and if I'm overwhelmed or anxious. I'm not someone who will pick up the phone and call a friend and talk to them. I barely do it with Solo, my boyfriend. But it's something that I'm trying to work on because I think that it's important to be open about your struggles and to show people that, okay, I'm not perfect. I go through things and it's okay, and you can go through things too and talk to me about it. I've always been a great listener. I always love to be there for my friends and to be supportive and to try and give them as much advice or guidance as possible, even if I don't listen to it myself. I know it's right, it's just I don't listen to it myself.
Don't we all?
But expressing myself in every other way, yeah, I've always been very open, but I've also had parents who have let me, who have always brought me up to be who I am, to believe in myself, and to always express myself in any way that I see fit. So, I mean, from my, my support system at home, I've always felt free enough to do that. So yeah, I've always been that way in that sense, but my emotions and my feelings have always kind of been, I've always tried to be happy and to kind of give out that energy so that other people feel that way, even if I'm not feeling that way. I always want to make sure that everyone else feels comfortable, even if I'm not. And it's something I have to change, but I know that I have that, you know what I mean? I know I go through it like that.
Do you think that you put yourself this pressure of being always radiant and always being that sunshine?
I do think so, because I think that people expect it from me. I think that because, and this is not to say like my close friends, I think they always want me to be this energetic sunshine person. But inside of me, I'm like, well, this is who I am. This is who I usually am, and I don't want to bring anyone down or have a certain feeling or a mood that's going to kind of make the situation not as fun or not as bright. So there's always a part of me that's like, let me be radiant, let me be sunshine, let me be positive, so that I can give that feeling to everybody else, right? It's more of, I do it for other people to make sure they're happy more than like for myself.
Are you ready to dare to bear?
Of course.
What do you think that you always need, like feel that need to brighten the mood? Why are you like, I guess my question is, why are you not afraid, but afraid and holding back of expressing the emotions that are not as pleasant to feel?
I think there's always been a feeling inside of me from when I was young that I always wanted to be accepted and loved. People pleaser, I would say. I've grown out of it a little bit, but it's still there. It's still a part of me. I've always been a people pleaser my entire life. I'm a yes woman. If you need something from me, it's yes. It's never no. Even if I can't do it, I'll make it happen. And I think that's why I feel that way as well, because I'm such a people pleaser and I always want to make you happy and yes, and that I feel like I need to have also that energy that goes behind it. The sunshine, the poppy, the happiness and all that. And I think that's why. It's because I always want approval from others.
Where do you think that stems from? That need to be approved of and be accepted?
It's funny because it doesn't come from my home life, because I've always been accepted by my parents. I could have worked at Costco or Walmart or anything for the rest of my life. As long as I was happy, they would be happy for me. They never pushed me to be a doctor or a lawyer or any of these very distinguished careers.
Yeah, society approved.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Success, yeah.
They've never put that pressure on me. I think that it stems from myself, from school, elementary school, where I wasn't necessarily the cool girl or the pretty girl, and that played a big role on me of always wanting to do more or look better, to get that attention from whoever it may be. At the time it was boys. I mean, don't get me wrong, they didn't have cooties, you know. But I think that's where it stems from. I think, and being an only child, which is great by the way, I love it. I'm not upset at all. I love getting all the love, so it's really not a problem for me. But I think what's really nice about children who have siblings is that they kind of get a reality check from their siblings, or like that support that a parent can't really give you because they're not going through it like you are, right? They went through it years ago in a different generation and all of that, so it's not the same. So yeah, when you're talking to your parents about these things, of course they're there for you and they're there to support you, but they don't necessarily understand exactly what it is you're going through. Whereas if you have a sibling, they can kind of give you a different perspective on these things. And I think that that's where having siblings and sisters, brothers is very important at a young age. It's not necessary, but it can help someone in their personal growth.
To confide in, trust in, because I also feel that our parents they come from a generation where they didn't have social media, they didn't have internet. Our generation was the guinea pigs of all of these things, and they don't have as much distractions as we do, and they don't have, you go to school and then you go online and people can keep on bullying you or whatever it is, and they could just like fully disconnect compared to how we grew up, that you can hop online. And I remember posting the most random stuff on Facebook and having not like a bunch of comments, but people like still commenting and giving their 2 cents, and it follows you. Like what happens at school follows you at home.
You're in a constant state of comparing as well.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Especially with social media, and especially with what you see online, which is most of the time not even real. Let's be real. It's not even real. But it's just so easy in that moment to compare and to just swipe through and say, okay, well, I don't look like this, or I don't talk like this. I'm not as intelligent as her. And it's like what you're seeing online is not what's going on in the background. And so I think I've taken a lot of time to understand that and not be fazed with what I see online anymore, because it doesn't bring me anything. I think that I hold on to my real world personal experiences, and I think that everyone should do that, especially the newest generation coming in. I think that they're actually worse off than we were. And by long run, I mean like when I was in high school and stuff, Instagram just started. We were posting
at the park.
Yeah, the white borders. We didn't care. We were just posting that low quality photo and likes and being like, damn, I did good.
Exactly. And then you would see that other girl with 300 likes, and you're like, how does she have 300 likes? And like, you get that, you think that you need that sense of validation from other people, when in the end, you truly only need to validate yourself. And even if you are in a relationship, you truly only need to validate yourself. And as long as you give yourself that, you'll stop looking at it in the exterior world. And that goes for everything. Everything is internal.
Mom used to tell me, she goes, before I used to go to school, she goes, what's your name? And I would have to say, Catherine Tessier.
You're forgetting a name in there.
Catherine sorry, she wants me to say Catherine Chanel Gale Tessier Gossirac. That Gale is not in there.
Gail is not here tonight.
No, she's not. Gail only comes out on certain special occasions. You'd be lucky to meet her. And so she would ask me what my name is. I would have to tell her, and she goes, and what can you do? And I would say, anything I put my mind to. And that stays true to this day, because anyone can do anything they put their mind to. We just have to believe in ourselves.
Exactly.
It might not be easy, and it might take a while.
But you can
6.5 years for you.
6.5 years.
A whole lifetime for me. But we're here and we're doing it and we're happy, and it's going to bring us so much joy and so much happiness. And I truly cannot wait to look back in, let's say, 5 to 10 years and look back on these moments and see how lucky I was to be able to live out my dreams and to live out my passion, because not many people can. So I know that I'm very fortunate for that. And
my parents would say, if you can dream it, you can do it. I think that's Mr. Walt Disney.
Yes, it is Mr. Walt Disney.
If you can dream it, you can do it. And I've lived by that my whole life of being delusional. Like
Delulu.
Delulu, yeah.
We're in our Delulu era.
Delulu era forever. I've been in my Delulu era since I was 5. So,
Baby girl, me too.
what do you want to be? A spy. Totally spy. That's what I want to be.
Yeah. I want to be an astronaut. Okay. I want to go to space.
You gotta go to space.
I just want to be an astronaut.
Well, Katy Perry did it, so
We all can.
And now she's canceled.
If Katie can, we can.
teenage dream, baby. How's your relationship with yourself, with your soul?
Interesting. I would say right now a little discombobulated. If I can go back to what I was saying before, I'm trying to find balance within myself. This is all very new to me. Business. I actually bought a house not long ago either, guys. Thank you so much. So I'm going through the construction of that. I'm going through the business and how to make it grow and flourish. And I would say that I'm still trying to find a balance, but that I'm happy with myself, with where I'm at right now.
That's all there is.
Yeah, that's what I can say. That I am very happy for everything that I've accomplished, and I do find peace in that, and I think that my soul feels it too.
Definitely, I feel it, so I know you feel it.
Thank you so much. I guess I'm radiating.
You are radiant. Have you ever experienced a dark night of the soul, a moment in your life where everything seemed to fall apart, and how did that shape you into being who you are today?
I would say yes, of course. I think we've all been through that.
You want to elaborate on it?
Yeah. Where was my darkest moment? I would say after college.
Mhm.
By the way, I didn't graduate, just so you guys know. I did 3 years of social sciences at Dawson. Fuck that shit.
Been there.
Did not work for me, okay? I'm someone who needs to constantly be like picking my brain and stuff, and it was just too much. It was
Too much structure.
yeah, too much structure, and also like not enough stimulation to my brain, my body, everything. I just got bored. I stopped doing it, and so I found my job at the doggy daycare. I spent 3.5 years there, and I had found my passion, my place. I wanted to work with animals. I wanted to work with dogs. I wanted to help. And then I decided to leave. I just wasn't. The boss and I were not getting along. We weren't doing the things on the same page. And so I decided to relieve myself from that place. But I had a dark time after because I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. So initially going to college, not graduating in anything, not knowing where I want to go, finding a job that I really love, knowing what I want to do, and then leaving that job. I felt very lost. I didn't know where to go. Thankfully, my dad has his own business. He was able to take me in. I started working for him, all of that. I was financially stable, but I wasn't happy because I wasn't doing what I love. And I know for me, being a Libra and needing balance, and also just I think as a Libra, you need that truth within yourself. You always need to be doing something you love, or else you're not going to do it well at all. I felt lost. And this was before I got solo, all of that. I just didn't know how to take myself out of it. And so then moved forward. Solo and I met. We started being with each other because we were friends first. We had that whole thing, but we started dating actually in the summer of COVID 2020 when they let us out of our cages and let us come to Montreal and enjoy ourselves at the clubs.
Oh my God, we still have trauma. Society as a whole.
Yeah,
society as a whole.
We're still thinking about it. We did not forget about it, please, guys. Okay, we know it was there, but it sounds cliche, but he opened up a new chapter for me, a new love within myself. He always supported me. He always wanted me to do whatever the heck I wanted to do. And having that support system in your significant other, and it can also happen in a platonic relationship. I've had, like, all of you as my friends have really been there for me and helped me as well, but just very day to day, he made me realize that it's okay if you don't know what you want to do, and you'll figure it out, you know what I mean? And just giving me that sense of self-worth constantly made me grow and see that, okay, I can do this. Maybe I do want to be an entrepreneur. Maybe I do want to open up my own place. I thought I could never do it before. I thought it was too much work, but you have to actually go ahead and do it to know, right? And so he brought that for me in a big way, I would say. Not just on that level, but like, example, I have curly hair. I'm a curly hair girl. My terrace girlies know that when I was working there, my hair was burnt to up to here. I wasn't doing the Daphne bob. I was doing like this, okay?
Or Farquaad bob.
She was more Farquaad for a while, let me tell you. Well, did he not love my curly hair so much that he like helped me fall in love with it again, and I started wearing my hair curly all the time, and now I have these long, luscious locks. So in a less serious sense of the way, but a very important sense of the way, he's done that for me. So I would say that was my darkest place, and I would say that solo helped me get out of it and reach my dreams.
I think it's also these little things. These sound so little, but those are the first baby steps that you need to take in order to get to like juicy, deeper stuff that like are stored in you, whether you like it or not. When you're a child, you're not conscious that you're storing these things, but you are. And taking those first baby steps, hair, sounds so trivial, but
it was a big thing for me, right? It was a very important part of my life. So for dummies context, had to give you guys that example.
What's the difference between past you and present you, and how has that helped your business?
Difference between past me and present me. Past me. Social butterfly, loves to be out all the time, loves to party, never come home, out until 7 a.m., enjoying life to the fullest always, of course, absolutely. Jazz behind me will absolutely understand, and we've had too many of those nights together. But
I would always go to bed when the sun went up.
Yes, but Jazz and I were just getting out when the sun would go up. We found ourselves at some sticky households sometimes, but that's okay.
God forbid my parents watch this podcast.
The after is always better than the pre, okay? I mean, I was a going out girl and I loved it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
But I think that's very much changed for me. I think that in the past year especially, I've very much matured with that, and don't get me wrong, I love going out, I love dancing.
We love a good party.
We love a good party, but I think that I've found that won't bring you enough in your life. That it's an in the moment happiness.
Fleeting moment.
Yes. But the next day, just like a hangover, you don't feel good, and what is that party that you went to 2 weeks ago going to do for you in the future? Nothing. So I think that I've matured in that way where I don't need that as much, and I'm very focused on my future and what I have to do to get there. And I'm in the mind state that I don't want to retire when I'm 65 and enjoy life when I'm 65. I want to work hard now for 3 to 5 to 10 years, whatever it may take. I'm turning 30 this year, I have a lot of time. But I'd rather work hard now and be able to enjoy life earlier on than be going out all the time and yes, having fun in the moment and all of that, but then having to work so hard for like 20, 30 years after just to be able to retire. I don't want to explore the world when I'm old. I want to explore the world now. And there's nothing wrong with exploring the world when you're an older, but it's just that I find that we have the energy now. We have such a beautiful perception on life that I think it's so important to try and do the work now instead of later. And so I think that is what really helps me in this business, because I'm so serious about it. And because I want to work hard towards my goals and to make this place grow and to get to a place where I can help them faster. Right? So that's really what I think has changed for me.
It's to be intentional with your time.
Yeah.
And intentional with your actions. Instead of just going with the wave of what everyone else is doing.
Exactly. Social pressure.
Social pressure, definitely, especially in the industry we used to operate in, which is nightlife, and it's a fast life. And I've had so many fun nights. Obviously, we've had so many fun nights and met so many incredible people, but it's just not sustainable with or aligned with what you truly want to do from the bottom of your heart. And I wish that everyone finds what their heart wants to do, because I think when you do something with heart,
you'll only succeed.
Exactly. You can't be wrong. You can't be wrong when you just take time to listen to your heart. And it sounds so easy. It's not. God knows it's not.
It's not easy.
But it's to take that time with yourself, reflect, analyze, see what you've been doing and what it has brought you, and if you think that it can bring you further. And I think that at some point you need to understand that some things will not bring you closer to your goals, and they'll only hinder you and take up space, time, and energy in your life that you'll never have again, and will never be this young again.
That's really what I always tell myself.
There's a guarantee that at 65 you'll still be capable of following your heart.
Exactly.
And
you don't know what's to come in the future, right? So you want to live in right now as much as you can.
Exactly. Like I use this example a lot, and people look at me like it's insane. But I don't even know if leaving here, if I'll get into a car accident. I don't even know what.
You don't know what 5 minutes from now will bring you.
Exactly. Right? So it's to constantly being in that present moment, and I would constantly find myself being in the past and the future at the same time, and using my past to project on my future. It's always a state of anxiety, always a state of worry, always a state of uncertainty. But I think that even when you're in the present, you are in that state of uncertainty. But instead of using the past to fuel you and being nervous about that uncertainty, when you're in the now, you get excited about it, and it can be so much fun, and you push yourself out of your comfort zone. Instead of trying to follow this recipe or this formula to success and looking at what other people are doing.
Following instead of creating themselves.
Lead by example, lead by who you want to be, and don't care if no one's following. You're doing it because you're not doing it to be followed. You're doing it because that's what your heart is telling you to do.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter if anyone follows you, because you're happy with yourself and you're happy with what you're doing.
And usually people follow off of that. When they see someone being happy,
absolutely,
that's how they follow.
They feel the passion, they feel the love, they feel the happiness, and that's what I always tell myself. And being in this business, it's so important, because we're working with people's babies, people's dogs, right? They're our entire life. So I always try and portray that when I'm talking to clients, and I think that it really resonates with them, because they can see my passion for what I'm doing. They can see that.
They feel it.
They feel it. Exactly. That I love dogs and I love animals, and I'm doing this because I want to help, because I want to be an anchor for them,
Definitely.
This is the reason for everything.
The reason.
Yeah. So child. Hey? Yeah, do you want to help all the doggos? Hey? I know. You want to have so many friends. Yeah. All of the friends in the world for mommy. Oh my.
What did you say to your past selves?
To love yourself for who you are. To know that you are exactly who you're supposed to be, and that you're going to be so happy in life.
Have you ever felt moments where you weren't being yourself?
Oh my God. So many times. Less now. Like I said, I'm going to be 30 this year, and I think that it's very true what they say. When you become 30, you just start not giving a fuck about what anyone ever thinks about you, and you're just who you are. And I think that for the past, I'd say, past 2 years, I think that I've been being myself as much as I can, as much as I know how. But before, there's many times where I was trying to just be whatever anyone else, whoever I was hanging out with, wanted me to be for them, for whatever the reason. And that comes back to my people pleasing, right? Feeling like I need to change my attitude or my emotions or who I am when I'm in front of a certain person. So yeah, absolutely. Many times that I haven't been myself, but I said, I'm never going to do that again because I love myself. I love who I am. And I think that anyone who wants to be in my life and wants to be my friend or my significant other, that they love me for me. I would hope so.
Do the service to not be yourself, and sometimes we do that in order to be accepted.
Yeah.
Because we think that's what we need to do to be accepted, but I think that it does the opposite effect, and it actually repels people away from you because
they don't feel your authenticity.
Yeah. What's a recurring pattern that you keep leveling up from? Something that you'll probably be understanding, untangling, and evolving from your whole life.
I think I would say putting everyone else before myself. I've always done it. Being an only child, having the weight of having to take care of my family, not financially or anything, just emotionally and supporting. I think I just always put everyone else before me, and I never think of myself. And that comes back to me trying to find balance, because I'm trying to do more for myself now, because I only have so much energy. I only have so much fuel. And if I continuously always put others before me, I won't have anything left for myself. And it's important that I do, because if I don't take care of myself, then how am I going to live out my dreams? So I would say that that's something that I constantly struggle with. And it's not done when I do it out of love. I really do love putting others before myself, but it's not always healthy.
You need to love yourself first.
Yeah.
Pour in your own cup first
Yeah.
to be able to pour into other people's cups.
Exactly. I feel like I'm always emptying my cup to fill someone else's up, and mine never gets replenished. So it's something that I'm working on.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
Journey, not a destination.
Yes, it is, honey.
We're gonna do the final four
Okay.
and just answer the first thing that comes to mind.
Beautiful.
If you could wave a magic wand and could change one thing in the world, what would you change?
Animal welfare, not just for dogs, for all animals, from poaching to strays, to anything that is going on with the world and animals. I think that it would be so nice if we could just end that like that.
Based on our conversation today, if you could offer one piece of advice to our listeners, what would it be?
To be kind to yourself. To just trust the process, and to know that you'll get where you're going if you just believe. It sounds simple, but it is true.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Always.
What's something you're still learning to love about yourself?
I would say my brain. My brain works in very mysterious ways, and sometimes I hate it, sometimes I love it, so I'm still learning to kind of grasp it all.
Wired so differently.
We are.
And I think as society evolves and as we understand the brain more, because most neuroscience, and I'm a neuroscience girly, most studies are on male brains and not female brains. So there are so many misdiagnoses or knowledge that's being shared that is not about the female brain, and we're so different. Just our hormones, just the fact that
we live in a society that's focused on a 24-hour cycle, which
Yeah.
is the cycle of the masculine, whereas the feminine, we work on a 28-day cycle that works with the moon. So they work with the sun and we work with the moon, and I think that now more and more, because we do have the liberty of chasing our dreams and working, doing anything that we truly love because of internet, more and more we'll be able to sink back with that cycle and not be in that 24-hour high pressure.
Yeah.
They reset every 24 hours. We reset every 28 days. That is like a ratio of 1 to 28. That is, I just hope that we can create more space for women's cycles.
What you said was very beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Like you could even finish it like that. It would be beautiful.
So, final question is actually the final dare. So it's going to be a tradition on the Dare to Dare podcast where each guest leave the next guest a dare to follow through.
Okay, beautiful. I like that.
So my dare to you is, every time that you're about to people please, I dare you to physically sip a cup of your own water or energy flow and just do the opposite.
I love that. Thank you. I will take your dare on.
Ooh, you're up for a challenge?
I'm up for a challenge.
You're a challenge girly?
I always am.
Well, Catherine, Chanel, Gail.
You're not supposed to expose me to the world like that.
Thank you so much for being my first guest. Thank you so much for making this experience so enjoyable for me and for honoring me with your time, your beautiful space, your beautiful energy. It is always a pleasure to speak with you.
I love you so much.
I love you so much too.
Babe, thank you so much for tuning in to this first episode of Dare to Bear. I am so grateful for your support shown through your engagement on all social platforms. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to follow, and to leave in the comments which guests you want to see next and which topics you would like to see me cover. Again, I apologize for the sound quality. You should have seen, oh my god. You should have seen my crash out. Oh my god, I was crying, I was laughing, I was yelling. It was so many emotions, but I'm glad I got it through, and quality shall be restored. So yeah, Dare to Bear is your safe space to come home, and I see you, I love you, and I believe in you. We'll talk soon.
Drop a like and send us a message. Or maybe, better yet, me transfer.